game. Their last outing got blown out by 20 against the Ohio Bobcats on Tuesday. As Tay Knox, the miss inside, back from the Broncos. This game at a 20-20 deadlock. 7.5 to go until halftime. Justice Williams, well contested by Kendall Davis. Now Frank Emu. Emu over the Gums. Great fast break. Play run there by the two guards. The Bobcats are back in front.
Yeah, just all started with a great pass out from the rebound, and then you had two guys just busting it down the floor, and Gums and Emu, and the result is an easy bucket for the Cats.
By the way, back home for the Broncos in Kalamazoo, it's currently 23 degrees, a low of 11 today. Here in St. Marcus, currently 83 outside.
You know, as we came to the facility today, everybody's out there on the river.
A block from Tay Knox and a three from Williams. Gums back inside, and it's Willis, or Hall, I beg your pardon. He thought there was contact. 22-20, Texas State. Both teams over 40% shooting. And here's Ryans.
Again, they're getting that switch there. Now they're going to have an isolation here with a guard against DJ Hall, and he does a good job staying down, but it's going to be a little different situation when you're going there against Brewer, who is just uber athletic.
And here's Gums looking to run another fast break. We'll slow things up. 6 minutes to go in the first. Bobcats on top by Deuce. Patient possession here. Broncos in the zone. Gums. And Tay Knox took a shot in the face as Gums hits the mid-range, and officials will stop play as Knox may have gotten poked in the eye.
Yeah, and I think, you know, Coach Johnson never wanted to have them to take a look at it and see. You know, Knox is not one for Texas State that shies away from contact. He's, you know, a very physical player, so you got to look a little bit there, and I think the officials are now going to go over to the monitor and sort of take a look to see what happened to him.
Well, here is the play in question, and took an elbow right there from E.J. Ryans.
And you know, from that replay there, we got to see, looks like it's inadvertent, you know, as he's going around the screen. So it's just one of those basketball plays that's unfortunate for Tay Knox.
Yeah, the officials took a very quick look at that and determined nothing flagrant deliberate about that play. And play will resume. As Knox has looked out at the sidelines here. Knox, transfer to Western Illinois, senior player. Very good defender. And here, look at it again. That elbow from Ryans with the right elbow. The shot for Gums did count. 4-point lead, Texas State. Under 6 to go until halftime. Griffith back into the game for the Broncos. Could be a big spark off the bench. Out Swartz against DJ Hall. Spinning to his left and can't finish. Good move, but unable to hit the shot. And now Gums weaving through traffic cones. He's going to find his freshman DJ Hall. Hall spots up and hits.
Yeah, Hall is such a tough matchup for teams because if you put a big on him, he's going to take him outside. If you put a smaller guy on him, he's going to post him up. He has such a wide skill set.
The hardest lead of the game for Texas State, 6-point advantage. Here's Ryans off the screen, met by DJ Hall. As again, the Bobcats are switching everything. Ryans trying to take Hall off the dribble. Defends him well. Griffith, shot clock winding down. Griffith, 30-second shot clock violation. Another well-defended possession by Texas State.
Yeah, great job again on switching the screen, staying down, keeping their hips down on the defensive end, and just staying in front of the Broncos, making the shot difficult.
You got to look at Texas State's bench, and you'll notice a couple players with warm-ups on. The Purnell twins, both done for the year, Kai and Demp. Bobcats have overcome those losses to play some pretty good basketball as of late. Hall from the top. Second three today. And for DJ Hall, made 4 threes all season coming in.
Had a couple last home game, started out the game with back-to-back threes, and he's just continuing on from that, and he is getting in a rhythm.
Swartz, answer three, well short. Here comes Caden Gums, the hometown kid. Got a huge shot in this building a couple of weeks ago to beat Marshall. Frankimu fade away. Rebounded by Hall, trying to save it in to Davis, taken away by Griffith. Broncos have not scored in 4.5 minutes. Through that stretch, the Bobcats rattled off a 9-0 run, breaking the 2020 deadlock. Here's Griffith against Hall. Big size mismatch. It's all posted away. We'll stay with the Broncos. When do we come back? How about the freshman DJ Hall leading the way with a game-high 10 points. Here the Bobcats on top 29-20 over the Broncos. Out of the back. It's a great view just outside of Strand Arena, Sewell Park. One of the great landmarks on campus at Texas State. And yes, in February, what a perfect time to lay out and catch some rays. Coming up at the half, we'll take a look at College Insider's mid-major top 10. The latest bracketology from Joe Lenardi. Suzanne's got a trivia question for me. First half stats and highlights also coming up. As Broncos get a bucket out of the timeout. Trey Lewis buries a three. And Texas State's 9-0 run.
Yeah, big bucket out of that timeout by Coach Stevens. Had drawn up a play and again cut it in that Texas State lead. Texas State responds with a great inside drive by Davis, getting himself to the free throw line.
You think your heavy road trip in the MAC for the Broncos, you're packing layers, big coats, beanies, scarves, and you can leave all that home in Kalamazoo and coming down here to San Marcos.
Yeah, it's got to be, again, a nice change of pace for the guys to come down and get to have a little summer weather in February. You know, when the Bobcats traveled early in the year up to play their other MAC Sunbelt Challenge game, it was a little different. They had to pack all the stuff you're talking about.
Went to Bowling Green to open up the year. And today playing Western Michigan for the first time ever. Bobcats have played Eastern and Central Michigan before, but never Western. After the two free throws from Kendall Davis, 8-point lead under 3 minutes to go. Justice Williams on the dribble. Feeding into Peterson, leads to a turnover, 5th of the game for the Broncos.
Really great job by the Bobcats on diving on that drive. Again, a rotation happened and they got the drive, and then here on offense, again, another three. And I think Texas State's got to still find that happy medium of when to take the three and when to put the ball on the deck and use that mid-range.
Here's Brewer on the baseline, and Robert Fields commits a foul. Been a relatively quiet game so far for Jaden Brewer. Although he draws the foul here, the Bobcats have held him to 4 points in the first half. Coming off a 20-point game against Ohio on Tuesday. 7th time this year he scored 20 or more. And a 5-second call. Back-to-back possessions for the Broncos, ending with a turnover.
Yeah, really good defense there by Texas State. I sort of thought it was a quick 5, but you know, official had handed the ball to him, and once he does that, he starts the count.
Approaching 2 minutes to go. Drum. Out to Gums. Hits the 3. 7 in the first half for Caden Gums. 11-point lead, largest for the Bobcats today.
A really good setup at the other end by Mark Drone. Drove in, collapsed the defense, and was able to give Gums that great look.
Here's Brewer against Kendall Davis. Into the corner, answer 3. That's short from Brady Swartz. Here comes Texas State. Fields, his pass to Willis got tipped, and Willis was open.
And Texas State done a great job getting matched up in transition defense and switching again a lot of that pin down play with a handoff, which is that zoom action, and it's going to get some mismatches, but they're willing to deal with that long as they're staying in front of the Broncos, not giving them those wide open looks, especially from deep.
Now Williams a badly missed 3 there at the top of the backboard. Final minute of the half. Bobcats over the last 6+ minutes, a 14-3 run. Drone the drive, carving up the Broncos defense. Mark Drone puts Texas State on top by Baker's dozen. And then Brewer draws contact and scores. No foul though against Kendall Davis. Quick bucket cuts the lead back to 11.
And Texas State's going to probably take the air out of the ball a little bit, get one possession here, and the Broncos will definitely get another shot at it.
Gums feeds it into Fields. No look pass into Willis. Got challenged though by two defenders, Swartz and Peterson. Here's Ryan to the way for the Broncos. Step through the layup, blocked by Davis. Swartz had that shot blocked as well. Peterson no. Kind of a loose ball. Out of bounds. And it goes to Texas State.
Yeah, unbelievable, relentless defense there, protecting the rim by the Bobcats. And you're going to see, I think, Coach Johnson call a timeout. Says use it or lose it timeout right here before halftime with 4 seconds left.
Well, we saw the Bobcat bench fired up. Great defense for Texas State at the rim.
So right now, Coach Johnson's drawing up again. 4.3 seconds left right before half. What they're going to do, they'll try to get the ball into one of their perimeter players going forward and go into dead sprints if they can get a good look at the bucket. In the men's game, 4.3 seconds is a lot of time. They should be able to get at least a shot off. See if they can increase this 11-point lead.
Well, I mentioned Texas State's defense. It's held Western Michigan at 33% shooting in this half, and the Broncos have cooled off considerably since a decent start to the game. See what the Bobcats can do here with less than 5 seconds to go.
And you look right here, the Broncos are coming out a little bit in the zone defense, trying to slow this possession down.
Emu drives. Emu at the buzzer doesn't go, and that'll do it for the first half. In round 2 of the Max Sunbelt Challenge, the Bobcats repping the SBC, and they lead at the break, 36-25 over the Western Michigan Broncos. Back on covers.